Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. The Bitcoin chart is currently getting a little bit more interesting. We see a little bit of volatility. We see that the price currently broke out of this bearish flag that I showed you in the previous video. In the end, you never know in which direction such a pattern breaks out. But of course, in a bearish pattern, we talked about that, this bearish flag, the probability to break out to the downside is higher than to the upside. So yeah, it's currently breaking out, moving towards 43k. But before we start to take a look at the Bitcoin price, just want to make sure that you all understand something very important. And it really shocked me what's going on there. I mean, I'm aware of it, but it is still always surprising that many people seem to just believe or get scammed, basically. So a few things I wanted to talk about just briefly, very important. I make it in the beginning of the video because it is relevant for everybody who's following this channel. So this is obviously my website. You can find a link in the video description, and there are three social media links here. Yeah, one is Facebook. I'm not really active on Facebook. If you send me a message on Facebook, I'll probably not read it because I'm usually not on Facebook. It is nevertheless a Facebook group that I created because I don't want someone else to take over that name. So I did that in the beginning. I'm on Twitter, yes, but I'm not too active on Twitter yet. I want to get more active throughout the year. This is definitely on the roadmap here for More Crypto Online. But yeah, I'm not too active because the day only has 24 hours and I'm mainly active in the membership group on Telegram and Discord. And then you have the link here to my YouTube channel. There is no More Crypto Online on Instagram. There are More Crypto Onlines on Instagram, but these are scam groups. Please, if you follow any More Crypto Online on Instagram, unfollow, or however you want to call it, report that group, whatever. There is no official Instagram channel for More Crypto Online, and equally, there is no public Telegram channel. If you want to join us on Telegram or Discord, you do that on my website here, and you can choose one of these plans, and the silver and gold membership, they give you access to Telegram and Discord, because I oftentimes get these questions. No, it takes time to maintain them. It has, the membership needs to be managed. Therefore, of course, we charge plus all the additional content, and we don't charge a lot, honestly, if you compare it to other YouTubers or whatever. But this is the only way you can get access to Discord and Telegram. There is no public Telegram group. Again, there is one, but it's a scam group. Reported it various times. They don't do anything, so I can't really do anything about it. And also be aware of scammers in the comment section of the YouTube videos. Yeah. One more way to join, by the way, Telegram and Discord is here on YouTube. You can also join the channel membership by clicking on the join button here, and then you can see what you can do. And it's the same story, either here or on the website. You can join the channel membership. These are the only ways that you can get access to the More Crypto Online Telegram channel. There is no public channel. Yeah, I was a bit shocked when I received an email actually from a channel member earlier today who sent me a screenshot from that public Telegram group and amazing investments and whatever they publish. But this is a scam. So even though that channel member had all the links to my Telegram channel, he was still in the public group, which is not great, because I don't want anybody to be scammed in the name of More Crypto Online, even though that is all fake. Unfortunately, my hands are tied to a degree. I can't do anything other than make you aware of this scam, and unfortunately it is very common practice for a lot of YouTube channels, but not only YouTube channels. You can find all sorts of stuff that is being scammed, impersonators, unfortunately, and yeah, it's very hard to deal with it, to be honest. And it doesn't only start there. I've got lots of people stealing my YouTube videos as well, re-uploading them and so on, without even giving any credit to More Crypto Online. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff which is not nice, but I need to mention it because I don't want anybody to be scammed. Yeah, it's very, very important and highly, highly relevant. But anyway, generally crypto market, you can see the Bitcoin price is dropping again. Yeah, we were coming down quite impulsively already. And yeah, this is currently obviously has an effect on the crypto market in general. Has not yet translated over onto the altcoins too much. But yeah, Bitcoin is falling below 43k. It's getting interesting. And we are getting very, very close to that very important support level here again at 42.7k. That is a very, very important level. And I showed you that in the previous video that there is one uptrending scenario, or yeah, a scenario in which the Bitcoin price could be saved, at least short term, and we could move up, and that would be a way in which we would count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was this is an impulse. Yeah, a 5-wave move is always an impulsive move. Consists of, again, 3 impulsive waves, 1, 3, and 5, and the waves 2 and 4 are correcting the impulse, and overall it's going up in this case, and this is part of a wave C. Yeah, and again, if you have no clue what I'm talking about the Elliott Wave method. If you have a question about that, better check out my second YouTube channel. You can find a link in the description. Few tutorials about the Elliott Wave method and how to understand what I'm talking about here. But therefore, this I show you this because it explains the importance and the relevance of that 42.7k level. So there is a clear rule, and again, there are always exceptions, but they wouldn't apply in my opinion in this case. There is a clear rule that a wave 4 is not allowed to get into the price range of the wave 1. Now, if that happens, it's not a wave 4 anymore, and the Elliott wave count needs to be adjusted. But what that means in this case is that this immediate impulsive scenario would be broken. In that case, then we would need to assume that we are coming down lower, and therefore is this 42.7k level so important. We have only touched it so far, and this is a very, very important level I've been talking about in the last few videos. I can't really stress its importance enough. And again, at the moment, we seem to be breaking out of that bearish flag again. So let's take a look on the 1-hour chart here. We broke out, came back in actually, as we reacted quite strongly to that 42.7k level again. And I think I need to move it a little bit higher, that level. So, and now we've broken out it again. So, yeah, have we closed a 4-hour candle below it? Not yet. So we have not yet closed that 4-hour candle below it, and we have not retested it successfully. So here we broke out, and I can adjust it a little bit, doesn't matter, you know, broke out, but here in this 4-hour candle we moved back in, and now we're breaking out again. So the selling forces are quite strong, and if we break the 42.7k, I think then we've got another wave count we need to look at here, and that would assume then that this was a higher level wave 4, and that we could then move, at least with a higher probability, straight away into this scenario, or in this target area down here, which I would expect anyway in both the more bullish scenario and the more bearish scenario, that we will end here anyway. And this is what I've been talking about since December, really. And we've come closer, then found good support at 33k. We were massively oversold here, moved up again, and you can see how long such a correction takes. And from here we could start to the downside, but in my opinion only if we break below 42.7k. Until then, the probability that we actually move higher would still outweigh the probability that we move down straight away. But again, in the end, my view is that we're gonna land here. And this is also my only real key scenario. And in the end, if we're not gonna land there, then I was wrong. Happy to admit it then. But at the moment, everything is still, I wouldn't say necessarily going according to plan, because it takes a long time here, you know. This is a very, very draining and long correction. I mean, if it's a wave 4, it's pretty much playing out. We moved a little bit too high here, in my opinion, for a wave 4, but it is still a valid wave 4. Moved a little bit too high, maybe just an exaggeration. And in that case, then, yeah, I would just go back to my previous primary scenario, which was this immediate sell-off. But we moved up a tiny bit too high. But yeah, on the other hand, we've got very dynamic markets at the moment. We've got a lot of uncertainty in the market. We had the Luna Foundation buy a lot of Bitcoin, and that might have led to that over exaggeration here. But in the end, we won't know until we break below that 42.7k level. But yeah, if we break that, and I think I said just now, I will look then into a different wave count, and that would assume that we've now seen here the wave 1, that here was the wave 2. We are now possibly in a wave 3, then we'll get the wave 4 and 5, and said in the earlier video that if this really is a wave 3 to the downside, then the price now needs to continue strongly down, because a wave 3 is typically fairly impulsive. We see this now. We see here a nice engulfing red candle, which is really engulfing the previous price action here. and it is very strong, but this now needs to break 42.7. Until that happens, there is a good chance it breaks to the upside again, and it doesn't really get through here. So it just shows you the importance of the level. The more often we touch such a support level, the more likely it actually is that it will get broken. Now, very importantly as well, when we were up here, I talked about the turning around of some of these indicators, and that we saw already a reduction in the positive momentum on the MACD on the daily. So this has obviously translated then over into a bearish crossover, a clear sell signal. And when we talked about that up here, I said it is now very interesting. It will be very interesting to see how the price is really going to react to that daily bearish crossover, if it then happens, and it did happen. Because you don't know, there are various ways how the price can react to it. Either it could just be a bit of a drop, and then when the lower time frame indicators, because you've got this MACD on various time frames, of course, yeah. So when the lower time frame indicators are turning bullish again, this can then push the daily indicator up again. Now, we saw this coming here, and I told you that this is the only chance, in my opinion, that Bitcoin now has to be rescued, in that the 4-hour chart MACD, for example, turns bullish. This will then translate over onto the 8-hour chart and could then also push the daily MACD up again. Okay, we saw that bullish crossover here, but just one 4-hour candle. It is now turning bearish again, and that is nothing that is a bullish signal, that is rather a bearish signal. And now that the 4-hour already is turning bearish again, in my opinion, what you saw here on the 8-hour chart, this reduction of the negative momentum will now reverse as well to the downside. And on the daily, this will then just continue down and could really confirm that we might actually really break through this level here. And if we break through it, what would be the next support? Just in case we do it in the next hour or so, it would be here 41.8K. That is the 50-day moving average. And below that, very important, and therefore I think that we will definitely get some support here at the lower end of the channel at 39.4K. So it seems to be an interesting start to the weekend. We've pretty much for the whole day have remained in this channel, and maybe even since, for a couple of days now. And now we are finally seeing some movement here. I'd love to see this break to the downside, to be honest. Objectively, I have to remain of the view that we move up here, because this is what I've been telling you. And after we broke above 45.8K, I assumed we would get more of a push to the upside here. Now that didn't happen. We couldn't get through the 200-day moving average. Made you aware though that this does not look good, because it took a long time. So we were struggling here, and we had more difficulties than I anticipated. Absolutely. Yeah, I anticipated we would, above 45.8K, see a stronger move up. Now that didn't happen. But equally now, it doesn't look good. Yeah, the chart doesn't look bullish. But this is where it's going to be decided now. And yeah, we could see a decision here very, very quickly. All right, that's my current view about Bitcoin. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.